Hey, what's up, guys? Turning Armor back with a brand new video, and today we are going to be going back to our Rostermania series. Um, this will be Rostermania Part 3 or Part 4, I'm not too sure. But yeah, so nothing's really happened. It's just been kind of weird. There's a couple things I do want to talk about, though. Um, one of those things is that Splice has released bans. That came out a few days ago, but I haven't made a video on Rostermania since then. Um, but Splice did release bans. So part of me wants to kind of just say, um, they may be looking towards NA Splice maybe. Not just specifically because they dropped bans, but there's been a lot of rumors of accuracy. Maybe getting picked up by Splice, and that'd be pretty cool to see Splice kind of get involved in North America. Um, Another not even rumor that I've heard, it's kind of been confirmed, is that I'm pretty sure it's the company that bought out Optic Gaming. They kind of released a statement saying that they had 3 transfers in the Call of Duty section. Now, for me, it could either be Krim or Scump leaving from Optic. I'd more than likely guess they just kind of put that in there to kind of tease people, and it's probably Karma transferring out, even though he wasn't necessarily a part of the COD team at the time of the end of the season and stuff. But I'm assuming that's probably what it was, because it would be Methods, Octane, and then whoever. Um, but I think if they had to drop anybody out of Crim 6 and Scump, I think they probably just drop Scump, even though he kind of is the face of the Optic brand, I guess you could say, in the Call of Duty scene, now that Nadeshot's not there anymore. But it wouldn't really make sense to drop Crim6. He did not have a bad year. You know, I feel like this was probably one of his better years, to be honest. So it'd be really pointless to drop him. I'd be really surprised to see that if they do actually end up dropping him. But at the same time, crazier things have happened. Um, and when contracts tend to get involved in stuff, it's kind of hard to determine what will happen. So I haven't really heard as much news on the new guy, um, but the mystery org owner, I guess you could say. But for sure, um, you know, it's just a weird thing. Like it always will be. But I think Mind Freak is the other thing I want to talk about. Um, so Mind Freak actually, I'm pretty sure they re-signed. Um, they re-signed Shocks and Fida, so they're not going NA. Also, another thing that I heard is that if the rich guy bought Slasher from Rise Nation, like everyone is saying, then Codburner doubts that they'll let Gunless go unless it's for something crazy like 300k, which would be insane. Like that'd be nuts. Um, but there's a lot of different teams where it's like, okay, you don't even think, Envy's kind of a team that's nobody's really looking at. Um, so, and Envy may be a team that gets out of Call of Duty, sells Hook at a high price and gets out of Call of Duty because they're kind of more focused on stuff with other people. And then with Optic releasing it, Octane, and then maybe even Methods coming up, I think it'll be really interesting to see if they actually do release Methods, just because of the fact that there aren't, these high value players on the market. And I think that if it does go 5v5, teams like FaZe Clan might be targeting players like Hook, players like Accuracy. There's team of ones that nobody's really wanting right now. But then again, LG, I mean, you don't know what these teams are really going to do. And I'll be making individual videos on separate teams, but for right now, I think it's just kind of the announcement of 5v5, 4v4. I think that's when everything's going to come out. And I think it'll be really interesting, especially with Slasher and John supposedly already being bought out by this rich guy. Them being a team of 2, with them not saying anything at all yet, is really crazy to me. But I think that John and Slasher together you know, there may even be a chance on forming that old Envy team. Honestly, I mean, they did have success in the past, and I feel like they kind of just need a break from each other. But I think if you stick Apathy, JCap, John, and Sasha on the same team again, I think that you will have a winning roster for sure. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Make sure not to leave without leaving a like, and I will see you guys in my next Rostermania video. Peace.